Okay. In this video, we're revisiting food aggression cured. As you notice, this time we have a little higher quality video. We got a little better quality audio. I wanted to come back and bring you guys a second look at a cured case of food aggression. Jada, the big girl here. Yeah, Blue, we see you. Jada, the big girl, came to me with an insane case of food aggression. She could not eat next to anybody. Now, I've had questions as to whether or not, something happened after the end of the few minutes of that other video. I figured, well, no, we're just going to have a little 3-minute video up or so, you know, we're not boring everybody. But today, we're going to go all the way to the end of feeding time. I got a couple of private comments like, oh, the pit bull just still looks aggressive to me. There's not an ounce of aggression in that pit bull. In fact, if you're a stranger and you walk into my yard, Blue is liable to bite you faster than Jada is. And that's a fact. As you can see, these bowls of food are touching one another. These guys are eating nose to nose, side by side. Not one single ounce of aggression. The way this is accomplished is not by being afraid of food aggression. I notice there's a lot of you on the internet here that are afraid of your food aggression problems. The more fear you feed into the problem, the more energy you're actually giving the problem. The more afraid of the situation you are, the worse the situation is going to get. And believe me, when this big girl got here, when she came to stay with me before I moved from South Carolina, it was a severe situation. I could almost not even be around her when she ate. But as you can see, we have no issues at all. All you hear is munching. You may occasionally hear Big Girl snort, and that's about the worst it's going to get. And she snorts because she's a little piggy. You should hear this big girl sleeping, boy. She sits there and just snores. She saws logs. She snores worse than I do, according to my wife. Once again, big girl on the left here, Jada, came to stay with me because of her severe food aggression problem. She could not be near any other dogs, or humans for that matter, when she was eating. Previous owners could do absolutely nothing with her. She was attacking the other dogs, and you know, the other dogs that the owner had, they just weren't able to cope with the situation. So I took on the challenge because it's my belief that nearly any dog can be rehabilitated. I don't believe that dogs are throwaway. I believe that if you take your time and you share constant leadership and consistent discipline. Discipline isn't punishment. Discipline is enforcing rules, boundaries, and limitations. These are the rules, boundaries, and limitations that keep society intact. These rules, boundaries, and limitations are what your dog expects from you. If you're not setting the rules, somebody else is. And chances are, if it's not you, it's your dog. In a situation like this, where you have a big pit bull who's of fighting bloodline, if you don't have control of the situation, you are going to have a problem. And this big girl was destined to a very short life had she not come to stay with me and gotten rehabilitated. And as you can see now, we have no jealousy over food. We have no animosity. This little guy here is not in the least bit afraid to be eaten right beside this big girl. If you'll note the tail position on Blue, there you see his tail is just down in a relaxed manner. It's not tucked between his legs. It's not standing up at attention. You notice he's very relaxed sitting here eating beside this big girl. The reason that is because both of these guys have faith in their pack leader. And it's that faith and trust in their pack leader that allows rehabilitation, even in dogs where you've had food aggression problems. As you see, all the food is gone. We've got one big fat happy girl there, and Blue is still left alone to eat. You notice Jada's not moving in to try to skis up on any of Blue's food. You see she's just laying down there relaxing, not going to bother anybody else's food because that's rude. And this also goes to show that you can teach two dogs to eat beside one another and not get in each other's food, not have a big old mess on your hands. Folks, it's entirely up to you. Your dog behavior is up to you. And there you have it. Feeding time complete. No animosity. No fear. Just a good dinner. Ain't that right, guys? You guys can do it too. If you need help with your dog behavior problems, make sure you come on over to dogtrouble.net. You can check out my online programs. I also have phone consultation. If you're anywhere around the Nashville area, Hendersonville, Fort Campbell, Oak Grove, Hopkinsville, come on by dogtrouble.net. You can get in touch with me directly. I'd be happy to help you out in person, in home. But for heaven's sakes, folks, lead your dogs.